Children of the night, what music they make.
They're all gonna laugh at you!
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
What's that?
I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash you a bit.
Welcome to a very special episode of Final Guys, where not only am I joined by the two geniuses, Hunter Shea.
Are we all right? Did you hit your head?
I'm buttering you up, and then
All right, thank you. You'll let me down later.
and Jacquie.
I've never been happier to say this. God damn it!
We have no Tim Meyer, so this is actually going to be a good show. It's not going to suck for once.
There we go.
And
See what
we
happens
are
when you're not here?
joined by the stars of the immortal Batter Ben, Matt and Jacquie.
Hey. This is a dream come true episode right here.
It's been a long time coming.
Thank you so much for having us. This is a real
It's so
treat.
fun. I had in my email to Jason, I was saying that like I listen to you guys like pretty regularly, and I that one episode for some reason I just hadn't listened to it. I noticed that I hadn't listened to it, so I was like, oh, I'll go back and listen to this. And then you guys like mentioned Batter Ben. You like talked about it. Super weird that it was like the one episode I like missed was that one. But
Of course.
yeah.
I don't even remember why I went back and watched it, but I was like, I gotta watch this again. This shit just makes me laugh. And so I was super glad you guys reached out. We should have had you on way back when the movie came out, but we were trying like hell to get Nigel on. And the guy just wouldn't do it. So and then
If he could be a lead.
Definitely.
Yeah. So we're going to do a little bit of a different kind of episode this week. We're not going to go into the 80 million things we've watched. We'll save that for next week. But we're just kind of get into the weeds of how the amazing Bad Ben series is made. I'm very excited to get some behind the scenes stuff.
There are 3 Benites. You're surrounded by 3 Benites right now. So
God bless
and
you.
you were in the one that's kind of like the pinnacle of Bad Ben of the series.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're in the Casablanca of Bad Ben.
It's so nice.
It's a turning point for the
Citizen
series.
Kane. The Citizen Kane of Bad Ben movies. I gotta say this. I rewatched it last night, and now hearing your actual voices like in conversation is freaking me out because
That's why I like I said, I listen to your podcast a lot. So this is like weird because I feel like I've like talked to you guys before.
Yeah.
But I've never talked to you. You know, like
Yeah, your voices have been in our kitchen for the past like year.
yeah, it's very strange.
So it's interesting to put faces to the voices.
Oh, you listen in the kitchen like over a speaker?
I
on
just
his
look
phone.
on my phone.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I'll up
I
the
like-
swearing then if you have it blasting out in the open.
good for your diet. You lose your appetite after you listen to us.
Exactly.
Before we really get into it, let's looks like Sheridan has some drinking rules for this episode, which
He does?
surprises me.
I have a hot can of beer that I left up here 3 days ago. Can I drink this? Is this
Well,
good?
before you drink that, how about you give us the drinking words?
Okay, so if any of us say these words, you got to start drinking. So, Jack, your words are Nigel, Jackie, and House.
Oh, belly up.
My
to the bar.
words are sequel, Bach, and Matthew. Jason's words are camera, script, and effects. Sexy hair is not here, so he'll give his words to everybody. So if you say found, budget, or cast. And here's the killer. God damn it. Bad or Ben.
God
Take a drink.
damn it. Oh,
By the way, in honor of Nigel tonight,
Yes.
I have my slides with socks on.
Oh, nice.
The signature look.
I didn't wear white socks. I have Michael Myers socks, but I said I got to put the slides on.
Oh.
Wow.
I think if he were here, he's somewhere in New Jersey.
Yeah.
He can feel the love. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope
I
you
don't-
can.
I can't believe I forgot to even look for my Bad Ben t-shirt. When he was selling those for like 2 weeks, I bought one and I don't know where the hell it is.
I have one.
Yeah, we
Yeah, I had it hanging
yeah.
out for a long time. Then
Yeah.
we moved, and now I don't know where it is.
Don't
It's
worry.
actually a pretty high quality shirt. It's got to be equal to the budget of Batter Ben, I would think.
More. It's
Don't worry. If you wore that shirt tonight, it's like wearing the shirt of the band you're going to see.
yeah.
Don't be that
I
guy.
don't want to do that.
You're not drinking a Guinness, are you? Because that would be really tacky.
No, I'm drinking water tonight, actually.
I actually was like, we should be drinking. I know you guys are beer folks, so
Yeah.
This
What
is
are you
like
guys drinking?
it's a local.
the Double Nickel
Ooh.
Company is near us in Pensacola, and it's awesome. And all their like design is very cool, and all their beers are excellent.
Yeah.
So we become fans.
Yeah.
What's the ABV? That's the important question.
7.8.
Yeah.
7.8. Oh, that's good. That's acceptable now.
Tim has a boner somewhere in Jersey right now.
Yeah, 7.8.
Yeah, open the Tim a beer. We can,
Yeah.
throw down about.
Can
Jersey
we?
stuff.
Do you know his address? We could just go like just
yeah.
take this on the road with
He
us.
probably lives pretty close to you guys.
Yeah, actually, yeah, it's kind of out there. So
You know what's funny is that there's a really great bookstore close to us, and they have a section for local authors. And I saw a book of his on there. And I was like, I know that dude. Yeah.
oh no way.
Yeah.
Don't buy that.
They must have found it in Goodwill. Just put it on the shelf.
You know he snuck it in there and put it on the shelf himself.
Yeah.
Is that one of those ones where they tear the cover off and then
Yeah.
Oh, we're so. This is why, like, I never listen to an episode that I'm not on because I know this goes on about me when I'm not there. So
It absolutely does.
if I don't hear it, it never happened.
Well, you just learned last week that every other podcast I go on, I shit on you guys. So
Oh, that
It's,
one's ruining a friendship. That was a rough one.
So now, the podcast we go on, do we have to shit talk all of you?
sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
totally. I
That's
mean,
fair.
that's how we roll.
Shit talk us too.
Oh, we will. Don't worry. Wait, listen next week. So I guess we should start with you guys do improv comedy. Do you still do that in Philly?
We were doing sketch comedy,
Sketch comedy,
and yeah, that's okay. And yeah, how about you take it away? You guys started first in it.
Yeah, well, we both got picked up for a sketch comedy team for at a comedy theater in Philadelphia. So I got picked up as a writer, and then Jackie got picked up as an actor. And so we were on this kind of this larger group, and as we got to know each other, we kind of liked each other's sensibilities and stuff like that, and we kind of spun off and did sort of like a duo together. So we still perform with that group, and we still do some stuff that's just the two of us. But yeah, we just a lot of mostly live shows, but then some videos on YouTube and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then for our duo thing, we did film a lot of
sketches,
stuff.
Yeah.
And we were, pre-COVID, we were going to comedy festivals and stuff in Canada and the US, and and then everything got fucked up.
Yep.
I would imagine the comedy scene has got to be tough to start out in.
Here's the thing. Philadelphia is not an industry city, say New York or LA or even Toronto is. So it's a little less high stakes, I should say.
Yeah,
people are still
hungry,
but it's not, there's no I don't know. I would say there's no light at the end of the tunnel. You can only level up so far.
Yeah.
And we didn't get into it to make it. But then for a little bit, we were like, ooh, we got very serious about it.
Yeah.
And then we were like, and the world just kind of fucking sucked for a long time.
Yeah.
And then it broke us.
But comedy is really tough, and stand-up is terrifying for most. Even the concept of doing that is terrifying. I would think the best part about sketch comedy is if it bombs, you can go, the fucking jerk who wrote this. Wasn't me.
Just well, fuck me. That's usually
it's sketch comedy is weird because there's sketch comedy, improv, and stand-up. And with improv and stand-up, you can kind of feel how it's going with the audience and kind of shift what you're doing to a comedy. Whereas sketch comedy, you're just locked in. So if the audience hates you, they're just gonna hate you for the entire time you're out. You have no other recourse.
I wrote this sketch about a dead kid. Boy, did not go over some places.
Some people loved it.
Some people in Philly, people have a very dark kind of fucked up sensibility. And then we went to Chicago, and they were just and it was no applause. It was ooh, all right. Fuck.
I feel you. I had a show kicked off of cable access for a skit.
Really?
Wait, where? Are you in Boston?
I'm in New York, so it was deemed way too tasteless, and we were thrown off.
That
Obviously,
is shocking news.
You can't make fun of crippled football players and the and the charities they do. I guess that's wrong.
Crippled football players.
What's the charity that they all used to contribute to back in the day? Remember, they all gave to United Way.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we were doing a thing about a football player, and it's a tight shot on him. He's talking about the United Way and what it's done. It's gotten his life back and everything. And he goes, and now I can play football with my son. And the cut to the kid throwing the football and just nails the guy right in the head because he's just strapped to a wheelchair. He's basically a potato with a head. So That was
Wow.
wrong.
I like that. That doesn't surprise me from you at all.
That was also the episode where we had the breakfast flavored douches skit, which that one was fine.
That one I would totally be like.
We, what kind of show was it? Was it like a variety kind of show, or was it?
Yeah, it was a bunch of drunk 18, 19-year-old, 20-year-olds just doing a cable access show for shits and giggles.
we like kind of wanted to do that
Yeah.
ourselves.
Well, we did in Philly. There's through the sketch comedy festival they have there every year. They have the dirtiest sketch in Philadelphia. So everyone like writes their like most disgusting sketch, and
Awesome.
we won 3 years in a row. We're the only people that took
Oh,
3 years in a row. Yeah.
Wow.
You know what? We weren't a couple at first, but being a romantic couple gives you leeway to kind of.
Yeah.
We did a lot of body things.
oh yeah.
There was one where Jackie took
it the last one?
didn't
That was
actually
number two.
just took a fake shit on my chest, which is
The
Oh,
Cleveland Steamer.
Beautiful.
yeah.
yeah.
Chunky peanut butter,
And
Nutella, and a little syrup.
yep.
Wow.
Movie magic.
Reenacting a Danny Thomas casting session.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have known you guys were so classy after watching Bad Ben.
We have very
Steamers on stage.
We will do anything.
Yeah.
Yes, I think that's pretty apparent.
Well, you're on the show, so that's true.
Welcome to rock bottom. It only gets better.
So about Bad Ben, I got a question.
Yeah.
So I stumbled upon Bad Ben because a friend of mine I work with, because I watched this found footage movie. Watch it and tell me what you think. And I watched it, and you're not really sure what to make of a Bad Ben movie when you're first watching it. Because at first you're thinking, is this another Blair Witch Project? And you're like, wait, this is like a homemade movie. Wait, is this funny? Like you're taking a lot in.
Yeah.
Well, by the time we get to yours, like we're like, oh wow, this is really like reached its potential. It's really funny. But were you guys aware of this before, like you got involved? Like how did this happen?
So I met Nigel in maybe 2015. I was trying to like write like a screenplay, and there was like a meetup group that for screenwriters at a local library. And so I went, and
This is in New Jersey.
This is in New Jersey, yeah. And I met Nigel there, and I had mentioned that I did like sketch comedy, and he had done these like videos that were like these really, really short videos that were him as like a paranormal investigator, just doing stuff around his house. And he was showing them to me, and we got along really well. And he added me on Facebook, and then I didn't hear from him for a while. And then I guess it was the summer of 2016 when he was working on Bad Ben, he reached out to me and asked if the two of us would be in it. And I guess the original idea for Bad Ben was that he was going to kind of include some of that prequel stuff in the first one. So he was going to find these old footage from the security cameras and go back and look at them. And then like we were the characters who had like lived there prior. And it had nothing to do with like the Jersey Devil or anything like that. It was just sort of like a demon possession kind of thing. And Jackie was possessed by a demon.
Yeah.
And there was like, we actually filmed with
I
him
murdered him.
a whole like
I murdered Nigel Bach.
we
Yeah.
filmed a whole night of us with Jackie getting possessed and like this whole like
I was
side
wearing this
story.
Walmart moo that he bought. He's like, I don't fucking know what women wear. It's like size like 5XL.
Yeah.
This is for the first one.
Fucking put
This is
it
for the first
on.
one. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we actually
Wow.
a night where it was this whole thing where Nigel was going to he was going to be able to like activate these security cameras and find this old footage, and he was going to find
The
footage
previous
from the
owners of the
previous
house.
owners. Yeah. And we were the previous owners.
Yeah.
And he put that together and then showed actually David, who was also in Better Ben.
Director.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The two of them
Don't forget.
are friends. And he showed David, and David was like, this movie works totally better just as you. And so he shifted back and kind of worked on that track of just having it just be one person the entire time, which is totally the right decision to make.
And also, didn't Dave say like, if you get killed off, then you can't like make any more.
Yeah.
Use it.
Yeah.
True.
True.
And you can't have a channel on Roku.
There was a whole ending, yeah, like where Jackie killed him
I fucking like
with an
didn't
axe.
like yeah.
It was
I fucking,
really fun.
And the effect that they did, like the low budget effect, didn't you help out with that?
Yeah. We the camera was kind of pointed up from the ground, and Jackie was kind of over
like
swinging this axe down. And he had another like a production assistant. We had fake blood on spoons.
Yes.
And we would just flicked it up at Jackie.
So it was like
every time he hit, he would
was
splatter his blood. And it was sitting all over his ceiling, and I think it's still there. As far as I know, it's still there. Yeah, there's blood all over the ceiling in his
really
basement.
good. I was like,
great.
Shit.
Yeah,
that was like awesome.
And we actually filmed because there was going to be a thing where Jackie was going to be a ghost, and Jackie filmed a bunch of stuff on like a green screen.
And I have a really like fucked up piercing scream. I've always wanted to like use it, and I was like, I have this fucked up scream I want to use, and he was like, all right, yeah, fuck, whatever. So he recorded it, and he's like put it into it's like his Wilhelm scream.
Yeah,
like he will
Jackie's
put it
scream
into,
is like in a bunch of Bad Ben movies,
which is
That is
awesome. Yeah.
Your scream didn't become the Jersey Devil cry, did it?
No, that is what is that?
Actually,
That is like, did he take something like an animal noise or some shit and like fuck it up, or I forget. He's all sorts of like little tricks in his bag.
Yeah. But then when he did that, the second one, the Steelmanville Road one, he had asked us to do that.
That was a good decision. Not doing
well, we just couldn't do it. And
we were doing so much comedy stuff at the time, and he like wanted us to be like totally committed, and we were like, and he was like, whatever, fuck it, I found somebody else.
Yeah. So we did not do that. And then he was like, I'll get you in the next one. Because he turns them over. So, I mean, obviously he's so fast. He does like 2 a year. So he was like, just, I'm going to make more than the next one. So, yeah. And it was great because the next one we got to be like with Tom, which is so much fun. So, yeah.
Well, the third one's when he really embraced the comedy, which I feel like works in your favor, obviously.
Which he purposely did. Right? Because I think Steelmanville Road, he was like, oh, people like the first one because they thought I was funny. And it was like, yes, you are naturally very fucking funny. Yeah. And then the second one, he kind of just did a straight horror film, and people didn't like it because it didn't have like the sauce in it.
Yeah.
Which is And then the third one, he was like, all right, I want to fucking make this funny. Like, I'm going to get you guys. You guys are comedians, blah, blah, blah. Come in. We'll do this. I'm like, all right, fine. So, yeah, we went in, and it really was just like me and Matt. Dave Greenberg, who is a screenwriting professor, that I actually, UArts
in Philly.
And how did they meet?
I think they met each other through another screenwriting.
Okay, that makes sense. Because also David is just constantly like writing shit. He's just like, it just.
My wife swears they were related. She goes, they have to be cousins. They look so much alike. I'm like, I don't know.
No, really, they do have the bald gene in common. But Dave is the best. I miss both of them a lot. But so we went in there, and it was just like, let's do this like crazy comedy thing.
Oh, we did miss a set. After the first movie came out, he did it was amazing when he asked us to come up and do a Facebook Live event on for Bad Ben. And he literally had in front of his house like this banner that says like "Watch Bad Ben" on Amazon. When you drove by, there's just this huge banner that said "Watch Bad Ben" on Amazon. But he had a thing where he basically set up his house as a haunted house with all these like effects and strings moving the door. And he had us go in like we were Facebook Living.
We were in control of the feed, right?
Yeah.
Were we looking at the property? Is that what we were doing?
No, I think we were supposed to be paranormal investigators.
Yes, we were.
And we were going to go through the house and on Facebook Live, all these, paranormal stuff. And we did it. It was really cool, actually.
It was fucking fun. I don't know how many people watched it, but
I think it might be still. I mean,
it might be archived.
A lot, but I think on the Bad Ben Facebook page, it's probably still on there somewhere.
It's from like years ago at this point. And didn't we do a Christmas short?
Oh yeah,
what was that called? The Witch
Santa's,
Bitch? No, Witch Bitch was
Santa zombie thing.
Yes, the Santa.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
So I don't know in the timeline where but that was another thing. Every time he asks us to do something, we're like, yes. And also, you need to know, he always pays people. He's like the fairest person. He is always just like, I'm going to fucking pay you for your work. Like, you're committing to this thing. So it kind of makes sense that he's like, he wants people to be committed because he actually like fucking pays you, which in comedy is like, that never happens.
Yeah, I see. Like,
Great.
Yeah, when we were doing a lot of comedy stuff, we were just kind of going gig by gig, and just kind of doing whatever we could to pay bills. And like, honestly, like,
and by gig you mean not comedy gigs? Like we were like
just
buying
anything,
textbooks from college kids.
Yeah,
and,
just anything to make a little bit of money.
Yeah.
Like,
PA work, like production assistant work.
Yeah.
And,
but Tom, like anytime Tom had some like weird video gig he needed help with, he'd always like ask me, and always paid me really well. Like, and yeah, he's a saint. Like, honestly, he's just such a great guy. And yeah, for that period of my life, he was like almost like a.
He's like your sugar daddy.
yeah. I mean, he really like supported us.
And he also just like liked us genuinely and was like, I love that you guys do comedy shit. I think it's so cool. And like blah blah blah. And like he was doing a Facebook Live thing right the other day, and he just like started talking about us. He was like, oh, they just did this like Fringe Festival show, and watch Chuck Lawson and the Night of the Invaders on Amazon, which is this like movie we did.
Really?
Yeah,
we all got to watch that now.
You should watch it. It's
yeah.
very fun. I mean, we had nothing to do with like the writing or any of this stuff, but it was a bunch of Temple University people that we knew. Actually, they were sketch comedians like when they were like baby geniuses. They were like 15, 16. They were doing sketch comedy with like, we had them open up for our sketch group and stuff, but they were really funny. But it's this like brother sister duo, and they just like made this really fucking funny, very low budget sci-fi comedy action movie. We got to do stunts and shit. Like it was great. Yeah.
Wait, what's it called?
What's it called?
Chuck Lawson. He's Chuck Lawson. And the Night of the Invaders, and it is on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, for free.
Oh, I am watching that.
2 years to film, and they finally released it like a couple months ago. Actually.
A couple of months ago on Amazon, but they had the premiere, I think.
Yeah, they premiered it last year, but then they did the final sound editing and stuff. But it's great.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's very funny, and like
Matt gets to like play an asshole.
Right in my wheelhouse.
Yes.
That is now on my watch list.
My character's a little enigmatic, so I'm not going to ruin anything. But
so you guys answered a question I had, because I had assumed when I watched these movies, I'm like, all right, so they're obviously friends. And he said, come on over, pizza, beer. We're going to shoot for a couple of days on the weekend. So I'm glad that you got paid. Mm-hmm. Did you get big time points on the back end? It's all up front.
He actually did pay us because Amazon pays a percentage per stream.
Right.
And they used to pay much more a couple years ago because they didn't have as much content. So they're like, oh yeah, independent creators, like send us your stuff. And they had Amazon Story Writer, which was like a screenplay, almost like Celtics. I don't know if you're familiar, like a screenplay,
like a screenwriting software.
Screenwriting software, like so you could like presumably like write on Amazon and then like send your stuff down.
Yeah. But I think like they dropped their percentage that they'll pay per stream, and they've been kind of like, I guess, changing their, I don't know, like how they pay their creators and stuff like that.
Of course.
So I think that Nigel got mad and kind of took a lot of his stuff off. And he has that like streaming service thing he's doing now.
But he kind of made bank on the first one.
He did. He made a lot of money.
Like
and I think they had a thing where if you are within some top stream percentage, they give you some bonus. They split some amount of money between.
Nice.
And so I think for the first one, he actually he did really, really well on it with just streaming on Amazon, which is cool.
Yeah.
But for Better Ben, like every month or so,
quarterly, he would give us
because
he would get like quarterly streaming kind of information, and then he would just give us like
he would just PayPal us a couple $100. I'm like, cool.
And our rent at the time was a couple $100, so it was like.
Yeah, that's really cool of him.
That's a lot.
It really was. Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me he had issues with Amazon. They're notorious for taking away like how much they pay. They do it with authors. They've been doing it for years. Video creators, just they kind of take dominance in the marketplace, and then they just start taking away how much they pay you, because what are you going to do about it?
Yeah. It's like a monopoly, and then it's just like, well, where else are you going to go? It's Amazon.
That's why now I have all our books at Borders.
But now I have a Bad Ben Roku.
And in Borders, you just leave the book there. It's like
exactly.
With a crowbar.
Now I have a Bad Ben Roku channel, which I didn't even know I could do on my TV until I was trying to find this. So now on the as I scroll down my options, there's a big Bad Ben logo I'm going to see every time.
That
we
makes
were
me
actually
so
working
happy.
when he first came up with the idea. We were working on kind of developing some stuff,
Yeah.
just for his channel. You know, like just because we wanted some like comedy stuff on there, and he was asking if we knew any local stand-up comedians that would want to like do some like live stand-up stuff on there. I think he just kind of wanted to
He wanted to fill it out
a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I remember his animated short, the Tom Riley animated thing. I was like, well, that's interesting.
Yeah. I like it.
I need a movie. Like, I need an hour and a half of God damn it walking around.
God damn it.
Damn it.
Right now, he's crowdsourcing, I think, crowdfunding for a Christmas special.
Wait, really?
Yeah. But I think it might be animated. I think the image he has on the page is the animated version of him. So I'm not sure if the whole thing's gonna be animated or what. But
How bad Ben stole Christmas.
So when he asked you to come on and work on 3, how long does it take to shoot one of these? Or at least yours?
A month?
it was a little bit longer than a
Was
month.
it like 5 or 6
I think
weeks?
it was like I think we filmed.
Did we start in like July of that year and we finished like mid to late August?
I think it was like right at the beginning of September, because we had committed to doing these 2 shows in September that year for the Philadelphia Fringe Festival.
Yeah.
And they were going to require a lot of work. And so we were like, we can give you like the summer to do this, but like we have a point where we have to just be done. And so we shot all summer. I think we shot maybe like 8 nights. Over the course
and we
of
drove with
weeks.
Dave Greenberg out there.
Yeah.
And he would just be like, he would throw like 15 pages at us and he's like, all right, we're doing this tonight. It's like, Jesus
and
Christ.
And usually when you shoot stuff, I mean, there's usually like a cinematographer and you're setting the lights up and all these shots and stuff like that. So usually, in a night you're getting done.
Yeah, each shot just to set it up, it takes a long time.
But he would, so we were used to taking whole days to shoot 4 or 5 pages of things, but like you would go there and you'd do like 20 pages a night. Like,
yeah, he's like the modern day Ed Wood. Who needs a studio? I got a house.
Okay, so we all had this question.
Ooh,
I think collectively, Jackie, I feel like you own this movie, but Schmitty has the best line in the movie. When he says,
my
name's not even Schmitty.
It's Christian Carmichael.
Well, yeah, okay, so that, like I said, we were pretty tight with Nigel going into this, and with that, it was like one of the last nights we were shooting, and he was like, I was watching the footage because he was editing as he went, and he was like, I was watching the footage, and you're like not in it that much.
Well, he didn't write too many lines for you.
Well, he wrote lines for me, but you don't see me ever.
That's true.
And so he was like, you should go, just take the camera and just go into this room
and do a confessional.
And just talking to the camera and just do.
So that was improv.
Yeah, well,
he thought so.
I mean, like I kind of like talked it out with.
He spitballed the names.
Yeah, I think David actually gave the name Tristan Carmichael, which is amazing. But yeah, just that whole thing was just like, you should get a little bit of screen time, just go into the room, and it's like, I don't know, that's what came out of that.
It made gold. And when you tell Jackie, I'm not an idiot, I'm dyslexic.
Did you write that?
I don't know where that came from.
I know, he's really a
that wasn't a
character.
Tom thing. That was like that was definitely a me thing.
I
have no idea. I think that was just something stupid.
I think Matt just wanted to probably give himself more to do.
Yeah.
Is it super scripted or is it kind of improv-y that you get from A to B?
It's kind of get from A to B. I mean, he wrote a script.
Yes.
And like I said, like he wrote a script, and I think he had kind of blocked it out to be about like 10 nights we were going to shoot it. And as we got close to the end of the summer, I think he cut off 2 days, and I think he kind of just sort of started condensing things and shortened it up. And like if you watch Better Ben, there's a whole sequence in there where it's just him like turning on cameras. For, and that I think that we had to cut some stuff, and I think that it was like really running short. So he's like, I'm just gonna do like a solo thing for a while, just because he could just film. They didn't need us there, And so I'm pretty sure that
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that. I think that was in the script. I think that was just something that he did.
I totally thought that was padding because he walks and turns off like 17 cameras.
So many, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I love it. Great.
And then with his voiceover of him mumbling different things that are hysterical before he turns it. It could have been dumb and like too long, but it was just hysterical. I could
That's what you're there for, you know.
I could watch him reading his grocery list and just die laughing.
It just defies, because that's the weird thing about Bad Ben. It's like the first one is like it's. I think some people want to put it in like this kind of like so bad it's good kind of thing, but it's not. Like it's actually kind of a creepy movie, and like he is acting.
He is acting totally natural.
Like I think that's like what.
That's what I was saying. You don't know what to make of it. You're like
it's not. It's.
And we've seen a lot of you've seen a lot of horror movies where it's like the acting is bad because it's like too actory.
It's too big or something.
Yes, it's like oh my god, what is it? But he's like there's a fucking ghost in my house. Like he's like that is like
that's him. Yeah,
that's fucking he's the real deal. It's like so. It's like refreshing to see that. Like it looks real because it's from like real cameras, and then he is like real.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't find that kind of like just raw authenticity.
Yeah, I just think
horror film
the
too
movie
often.
it's so like on paper, and maybe if anyone else did it, like Bad Ben might not work, but with him,
it would have been boring as hell, probably.
Yeah, there's just some like magic that he has that just makes that movie. It's like it's enjoyable, and it's like sincerely enjoyable. Like it's not,
No, you guys are right, because in the other parts of the series, like sometimes if it's taken away from him, we're the three of us like, oh, when is he coming back? But you guys were hysterical, and you added something to yours, so it was fine that you had the mix. And then he went off in that movie. Like towards the end of that movie, the third act, he's in another planet doing his own thing.
So
like in the background when he's doing that stuff.
Oh my
god! I'm like, how did you keep a straight face while he's doing this?
It's hard.
Yeah, he had the whole little.
What the fuck was that?
He had all like the.
Wasn't he like?
yeah.
Doing his ninja work.
Nigel does Nigel. He just comes up with a fucking idea, and you're like, yeah. It's so funny.
So were you guys there when he got naked at the end?
I don't think we were. We had. The last day.
This feels like it was like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I know.
I would think
I feel like that's
remember
something you wouldn't forget.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think we were there.
We definitely didn't see him. We didn't see Big Ben. But I think the day we shot all like the morning stuff. I remember
the fuck
there's something about. I think. Did you ever see any of like he had like all like the weird like a supplemental DVD that went along with?
No.
Oh, okay.
Shit.
If you get the DVD from him, I think
we'll
he
try
has
to
like a supplemental DVD that has like.
Oh, I have to see this.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I have to see this.
The Holy Grail.
The last shot of us like leaving the house, there was just some line that one of us had to say that was like, I think it was me. It was like
I couldn't stop. I mean.
And
we're filming it at what, like fucking
like
5 a.m.?
Well, we had to leave the house. But we started shooting.
And for some reason, I don't know what I had to do. I didn't get any fucking sleep. And we were filming this line, and it was like, well, I guess that's blah, blah, blah. Or something really like ham-fisted. Like, well, this is the end of the movie. And every time I just like lost my shit. I was just like fucking crying. And then I finally finally stopped laughing. And then like Matt started laughing. So it's just like, just like fucking melting, and he was like, "God damn it!"
He's drinking.
Like Jesus Christ, Baker, just like
But yeah, I mean, he did.
It's a very fond memory, though. That was very fun.
He had like a whole literally a DVD of like a making. He made like a making of documentary of the whole. I think the first 3 movies, and it's like
wow.
The making of the Bad Ben series or something.
Yeah, those first 3 movies. And I
remember.
Or it's like, oh, and then I thought I should do this.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I got Matt and Jacquie. like he's fucking the whole saga. Oh, God.
I remember one of them where he showed how he did some of the effects. Remember that one, guys?
Ooh.
Remember he was showing, or maybe only I saw that one.
I think I saw something about how he did some of the effects, because it was like with the writing and stuff like that, wasn't it?
With the writing, like programming everything.
Like dust or writing.
Yeah, the mirror or something. Yeah, the dust.
Yeah. It was either like in the attic or something when we went.
Yeah, maybe when he was doing the seance in the attic.
Yeah.
It just made me think of the selfie seance he does in the first one. That scene crushes me every time I see it.
Oh my god.
It's my favorite idea in a movie ever.
Can I tell you that the aftermath of Batter Ben has been a little weird for me?
Oh yeah.
Really? Have you
Yeah.
been possessed at any time?
I have been targeted online. Yeah.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. So yeah, for a while I was like a little like, ooh, I don't know if I want to do any more film stuff.
Yeah.
Going into this, I was like, what do I need to wear? I was like asking Tom, obviously he would have been fine with like a giant muumuu.
It must have been hot in there. Well, you were in August in Jersey, and you probably had the air conditioner off because of the sound.
It was.
He cranked it when we weren't filming. I'm pretty sure because he has this like giant. Obviously, you know what his house looks like. His giant house, and it was. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
nice.
I went in and I was like, what do I need to wear for this thing? I have to be strategic as a lady person. Because people can this time especially, people can very easily find me online. Like very easily just be like, hi. And
Jackie Baker plays Jackie Baker.
Yeah.
No hiding.
It's me. So we made this movie. It was very fun. We got paid for it. And it was like, okay. I kind of didn't even think anything of it. I was like, oh, yeah, right. It's out in the universe like everything else Matt and I have done. But, nothing has come back to me. Okay, the only thing I didn't think of was the fact that wearing flip-flops apparently is a little too, what should I say? Revealing for certain people.
Oh, Quentin Tarantino?
What'd you say?
Well, Quentin Tarantino was all up.
And the old coach of the Jets.
I'm Uma Thurman. And a bunch of times, some people contacted me online, either through my personal website or through Instagram. And they were like, hello, I have watched your film. I want to worship your feet. And I was just like, oh, fuck.
No. See, what you do now is you say, go to my OnlyFans account for $250 a month.
At the time, I know. I was like, do I sell my flip-flops? What do I do? Like, and so that was just like time and time again. I was like, oh, fuck me. And I was like, hey, Matt, you can target it by anybody about your footwear? No. Okay.
So because you can always count on guys to be creeps.
Yeah, unfortunately, I hate to say, but
yeah, it's true.
It's true.
That's why we have hashtags for us.
That was really weird. And also a lot of people on Amazon in particular did not like me. So I was stupid enough to read the reviews and it was like, when will this bitch Jackie die? Like blah, blah. And it's like my name, so it feels like especially personal. So I was like, I've been a little like, I'm a little like gun shy or something because of this experience. But now that it's been like so long and I've only gotten recognized like once in public and it was like a positive thing. So like,
well, now that you've been on this show, it's all over, kid.
Yeah, I'm kind of fucked. Yeah. Well, do I show you my feet now or later? How does this work?
At the end.
Yeah, you wouldn't mind.
Do you need my tokens? What? How does this?
We're gonna do the hero shot.
You have to subscribe to OnlyFans.
Yes.
I'm starting the OnlyFans account right now. So by the way, our buddy, we're gonna go by totally unfounded footage. If they ever do a John Saxon biopic, Matt as Saxon would be a natural.
I don't know.
Oh,
John Saxon was the father in Nightmare on Elm Street. He was the cop.
Oh hell yeah!
he's a legend in the horror genre.
Yeah,
He fought Bruce Lee in Enter the Dragon. Was it Enter the Dragon?
Okay, man.
yeah.
And he was the fembot guy in the $6 Million Man.
I see it.
Yeah,
I totally see it. Without the glasses, yep.
Oh, by the way,
Actually, I look like Matt's dad. Oh.
Very strong. Yeah.
my friend Colin also said Rex Ryan is the coach of the Jets. So foot fetish.
So, question from C Farmer Photo: what's your favorite fridge magnet?
I like. I don't know which one.
My favorite is probably we have a postcard from the movie The Lighthouse.
Yeah.
That I
Oh, jeez.
like a good quarantine image.
Yeah. I'm Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
I put a sea curse on you.
Arr.
It's just because she's always farting. It's why she's always
Of course.
Yeah.
It's very briny. Yeah, I don't know. RVAs from Richmond. We really love when we were buying textbooks from college kids. We would drive down to outside of Richmond, Virginia, with a briefcase full of money and a van, and then when we were
Not
done with the
suspicious at all.
that was great. Yeah,
We're gonna go see some kids.
Great job. And then we would sneak away to Richmond, and it was like cool shit. There's some really, really cool stuff there. We went to Guar Bar, like Guar
Yeah.
the band
Get
no
out of
way.
here.
Yeah, like a
has their
barbecue
own bar.
Yeah.
And it's like death nachos. Like everything is like it's like fucking
The walls
bloody
are just-
vegan chicken.
Yeah, the walls are just like splattered blood. It's fucking.
It's so good.
That is so awesome.
Yeah.
I
Is
want
that
a
still
coffee cup
there?
from that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hopefully
man.
because of COVID, but yeah.
Yeah. As far as I know,
I would
it's
think
there.
Guar is COVID proof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're always in masks.
COVID is the worst thing you're going to get from Guar. Or the least worst thing you're going to get from
Yeah.
Guar, I should say.
If you ever come in contact with Guar, pray for COVID.
Yeah, I saw them in the late '90s, and I still have not recovered. It's just like-
Oh my god! Did you get any of the stains off of?
no, I wasn't close enough.
Hey,
Thank God.
always
Fucking
wanted
love
to see
them.
them. Always wanted to see them.
Yeah, they were at a convention, and they were one of the guys was walking around, and he had this like giant pierced dick in front of him that was like 12 feet long, and he was just like constantly ramming it into people. Just nuts.
Do you guys ever go to the Monster Mania convention down in Jersey?
I
Or
went once.
Is that the one we went to?
Yeah, we went to that in Cherry Hill, Jersey. We went
Yeah.
there once.
Yeah.
Right around the
It's
corner.
That's where
a
we
lot
met
like
Frankenhooker.
What?
yes, we
You saw
watched
Frankenhooker?
Frankenhooker with Frankenhooker.
Whoa!
Oh, really? What year was that? Do you know?
Oh,
Let's see, 10 years ago, maybe.
yes.
That might
7
been
to
right around
10
there.
years ago.
See that convention is a lot like Chiller Theater, which is in Parsippany, New Jersey, which is closer to Jack and I.
Way close.
So like, it's pretty much the same thing,
You
really.
said Monster Mania got canceled because of COVID, but the Moaning Drive-In actually kind of picked it up on Halloween weekend. They
Yeah.
showed the show and From Dusk Till Dawn, but they had a lot of vendors just sort of out in the in the grass.
Yeah, I went there one night when they did 5 movies, and they had a lot of like Vinegar Syndrome was out there and everything. And
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
and I was awake through 3. No, first 2 I was awake. Third one I fell asleep. Woke up at the end. Fourth, I was like, all right, powering through. Fifth, I'm like, the sun is starting to crest the horizon. I want to get out of here.
Yeah.
It was
Was
too
that the
much.
VHS? The VHS?
Oh yeah. Was that
fest?
VHS Fest?
No, it was one where they played like Beasts from 20,000 Fathoms and Q. It was like all these Valley of Gawangi.
Schlock kind of stuff. Never mind.
I forget what they call that one.
Rama or
Yeah.
something, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to the Lloyd Kaufman.
Oh, the trauma.
Fucking-
Yeah.
yes!
The
Oh.
trauma thing. This
I
year.
got to meet
Yeah.
Lloyd Kaufman one time at a comedy show,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Hello," and he just handed me a DVD. I was like, "This is fucking awesome."
Did he not stop talking till you walked away?
I didn't walk away. I was just like, and he had the fucking the Toxic Avenger
Yeah.
with him.
Yeah. I think
It was a talk show. It was like a live comedy talk show, and I like
the
happened.
end was there too, right? Didn't he have a couple characters he brought with him, right?
There were at least 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was so nice. He was so
Yeah.
nice. I was like,
He is a huckster he's amazing. He has sucked me into his orbit so many times,
He's great.
and it's always the goal of
that, though.
I'm going to walk away from this table and not buy anything.
Yeah, I look at whenever he's at Monster Mania in Cherry Hill, he's like he doesn't go in the autograph room. He sits at the trauma stand and like will sell you DVDs or whatever. Like he hangs out
I know.
there. If you want to go meet him,
He's the real
he has
deal.
to sell you something. It's great.
Yeah, he's nonstop. Jason loves him. Jason
Oh,
has an
yes.
affinity for Lloyd Kaufman.
The dude's a character for sure. And speaking of characters, Dave Colon says, I definitely have gonosypha herpelades. So thanks for that, you idiot. Buddy of mine. He's fat and stupid. You should ignore him.
He knows your test results. I get that.
Well, I'll tell you what. Once
Yeah, a HIPAA violation.
Yeah.
Negative for COVID. Have you guys gotten your little
Cheers.
COVID swabs? Have you gotten your COVID swabs?
I've had few of them. I'm good.
I don't leave
far.
my house, so I'm all right.
You just stick a Q-tip up your nose. You're like, all right.
No big deal.
Looks good.
hopefully this thing passes and we can all meet up at Monster. What's it called?
Yeah,
Monster,
yeah.
Monster Mania.
Monster Mania.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
have in Maryland and New Jersey and Cherry Hill, New
Yeah,
Jersey.
yeah.
Well, don't they do they do it twice a year? But they
They do it. I think they do it 4 times a year. I think they do
Oh,
it twice in each spot,
mm.
unless it's 3 times a year. I know they definitely do it twice in Cherry Hill.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if maybe they just do it once a year
Yeah.
in Maryland.
Yeah,
Can
hopefully.
you imagine how crazy these things are going to be once it gets
Oh.
back to some kind of normal? These conventions are going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also probably still weird.
Yeah, the first one's going to be deserted probably, and then the second one will be
Or have
mocked.
cast and I don't know.
Yeah.
See, the first one is, and Jason and I will get a table somewhere selling something and go, oh, nobody's here. I'm so glad
Great.
I spent this money.
Let's get drunk.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll do that anyway. But
We'll come. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
We would love to, honestly.
We should do a Mahoning meetup. See, I wish we had this interview earlier because now they're done for the season.
Yeah. It'd be cool to cross paths over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
no.
I think we went there about what, three or four times?
3 times. Yeah, we went to
Yeah.
Camp Blood. They did this year because of COVID. So do you know Exhumed Films in
Yeah.
Philadelphia? Yeah. So they partnered with Exhumed again for like a Tuesday night thing where they showed like a single feature every Tuesday.
What was that? It was
I forget what they called it. But we saw.
it was really crazy. That was cuckoo.
the-
Wolfman and Cub.
Yeah, Lone Wolf and Cub.
Sorry, Lone Wolf.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Wolfman and Cub. Lone Wolf and Cub.
Wolfman. and Cub, yeah.
I was writing down. Wait, what's Wolfman and Cub?
Oh, Mandalorian. Sorry.
But they were doing a lot of cool stuff on Tuesdays, and
Yeah.
wanted to get up for that more than we did. I think we only got to one night, but we saw. Yeah, we did the Camp Blood, which is all like that kind of camp themed slasher movies and stuff. And
Sleepaway Camp was fucking awesome. I had
Yeah.
never seen that.
Oh, really?
Was there, and she was just taking pictures of everyone. Like,
Oh, yeah. Felissa Rose was there. That was.
yeah.
I so wanted to be there. What did you think of the ending?
I already knew it because I think Matt told me.
yeah,
He like hinted at it, and I was like, "And let me guess, is it?" And he was like, yeah.
Is it the crying game?
You just ruined the crying game for me.
Hey, I was
It's like Sophie's Choice. I don't know. I've never seen them.
but I like to ruin things for people. Like I did this. My mother-in-law's boyfriend is sitting there, and he's watching The Shining. This has got to be 2010. So the movie's been out forever. So he's just sitting there watching in the living room, and I walk in, and then Scatman Carruthers is at that point where he's coming back to the hotel, and I go, "Man, it's so funny." He goes all that way just to get that axe in the gut, and he just shoots me a look. I've never seen this movie. I was like, well, now you know. And by the way, Jack dies in a maze.
I watched The Sixth Sense with my mom. I think we rented it from Blockbuster. It was like on a VHS, and it just come out. And you know, like everyone was like, "Oh, there's a twist at the," there's a twist at the end. I was like, I knew the ending. He's been dead.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched it with my mom, and she's like, "Where's the fucking twist?" And I'm like, "I was like, what do you mean?" She's like, "Is there supposed to be a fucking twist at the end of this? I don't know where it is. What?" And I was like in 6th grade. I was like, "You fucking kidding me?" No. Like I was like, and it had like special features on the end of the the VHS tape. So we like watched it. I was like, "See, he's been dead the whole time. This is how like they like laid it out." She's like, "Huh? It's fucking stupid." I'm like, "All right."
wow. Yeah, that kind of makes a difference when you watch that movie if you get the ending.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't,
Absolutely.
it's going to be kind of pointless.
Well, I got to steer this back. I want to ask a couple more Bad Ben questions.
Oh, yeah.
You were talking about your clothing. That was something we noticed right away as you guys are these paranormal investigators in sandals and shorts and stuff. At no point was someone like, "Hey, maybe we should get a t-shirt printed with like Spectre Slayers or whatever the hell the name of the show is."
Wardrobe is not really something that Nigel is concerned with. So,
Yeah.
And that was pretty much just my like Peanuts character, just t-shirt and shorts, just totally. So I was like, well, if I'm not going to have to spend money on my own wardrobe, then I'm just going to fucking wear the thing that's not going to show sweat stains, which is a black t-shirt.
Yeah.
And the one pair of shorts that I own and Old Navy flip-flops, which are going to turn a lot of people on for some reason. And,
Yeah.
And that was that. And I don't even remember what you wore.
I was behind the cameras. I don't think I don't think I really had to like have a costume. Yeah.
Normally I like sweat about these things. I'm just like, what do you want? What am I trying to convey? Blah, blah, blah. And he was just like, I don't fucking care. Like,
I don't remember what I wore for that.
Don't ask me.
How fun was it to do the possession scene?
Oh, very fun.
That was really fun.
Yeah. I like to be like a spooky bitch. So when he said that I was gonna, I mean, my character is pretty like unlikable, but then
Yeah, you're kind of a jerk.
I'm kind of an asshole. Yeah. And
Yeah, totally.
I try not to like be an asshole in real life.
Asshole.
I'll talk about this later.
We just felt bad for Tristan.
I know.
Yeah, so much abuse, emotional abuse.
I know, and also Nigel too. He always calls him Schmidty and Schmidbo, like fucking Schmidbo over here, fucking Schmidbo, Schmidbo. But yeah, like anyway, so it was like I was like, ooh, okay, I get to play an asshole. That's like kind of a new thing. And then the whole possession thing. I was like, oh fuck yeah! I've always wanted to scream, and I don't know. I love
that whole thing. Yeah, because there's the whole thing we shot.
I can kind of picture how it looks a little bit. Yeah, we're in the living room.
We were running you, and you showed up like every time we were trying to run through the room, you would show up at the door.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was really, I forget he had it like blocked out really well. I forget exactly how that all worked out.
Yeah, and I think we all got all that in one night.
Yeah.
And that was that's when you were like fucking Benny Hilling through the house, right? And I just
you were just always
Yeah, because you kept showing up, and I'm like going, she's not out of breath because you're obviously running from. It looks like you're running from door to door, and I can't hear you.
Yeah, I think we might have cut like when the
that camera, might have been a reverse shot.
Yeah, when the camera like panned really quick, I think we cut on that. I think.
Wow.
I don't think we did that all in one.
No,
I think there was actual cuts. In there.
Yeah, I think there were cuts. And what was the scene? Okay, when we were outside and we had to run, right? Do you remember that?
So when you stab the hole with the cross or something like that,
and the Jersey Devil comes after you.
Didn't we have to do that like a fucking insane amount of times? And I don't know. Is that because we're stupid? Did we fall in the wrong place? I'm like getting flashbacks of this, and I'm like, why did that take us so long to do?
Like the effect of the Jersey Devil.
Yes.
Yeah, the really buff Jersey Devil man.
Yeah, he was like from Jersey Shore.
Yeah,
like a Balrog from Lord of the Rings.
I'm sorry. I should have rewatched the movie. I'm trying to rely on my like really shitty memory.
So wait, there's at the beginning of the movie, you take off all the religious artifacts out of the house. Are those usually in his house, or are those totally props?
But I also don't know where the fuck he got them, because he is like not a religious person whatsoever. And they were just like, his house is pretty sparse. Like it's a good place to film because there's not too much stuff he really had to like do to it. It's a pretty kind of
we feel like we know every inch of his house and everything he owns.
We do. It's going to make the B&E very easy.
Gilmanville Road.
We saw how you guys broke in, so we're gonna go in that window.
Yeah, he always leaves that one window unlocked.
It's so easy. But yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, oh man. And there was this. Oh my god, there was a Depeche Mode thing.
Depeche Mode.
Wasn't that Depeche? Who was it? I don't remember. There was like an outtake.
Oh, the ABBA thing.
Oh, ABBA, because you got him to like ABBA.
That's right.
Yeah.
But it was like everything was in like a plastic bag. I don't know. Oh my god.
You guys got him clothes from Kmart.
Yes, that's
he was
it.
complaining about it. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my god, that whole scene was like so funny.
Yeah.
That original cut of that scene where he's just telling his like story was so long. It was like so long, right? It was just like fucking page.
Right.
But I think, did he cut it down or did he not cut it down?
I think he cut it down.
It wasn't long in the movie.
Because we kept trying to be like, like just every now and then. Like we did a table read with all of us, and then like these two, were they Temple kids?
Oh yeah, I forgot about them. I think they were Temple or UArts films.
UArts kids, yeah.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say kids.
That David knew.
Yeah. Yes. So they were there, and we like did the read through together, and then he was like, what do you think? And we're like, I need someone that's gonna love it. He's like, oh, okay.
He has certainly created a dense mythology for this whole thing. Like, I have a lot of trouble following all the layers of supernatural stuff.
Road, and we were like, not yet.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, in that movie, there's this thing that happens. We're like, okay.
Wait, Jack, do you mean like the Nigel Bach mythology or the Bad Ben mythology?
The Bad Ben mythology. There's the Jersey Devil. There's the people in the house. There's
ghost kids and
Crescent Moon. Like it gets
demons.
It's like Game of Thrones. Like
It's the bad Beniverse. Yeah, it's like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but Marvel's a little less complex.
I think that like that Mandela effect one. I think he like opened.
Oh my
Didn't he
God,
like
yes.
open up like different time?
Oh, yeah.
with like
Yeah.
the crescent moon clown and all these other
It's fucking.
creatures and stuff like that. So I think
I
I
love.
fell asleep watching the Mandela one last night.
Oh,
Really?
It comforted me. I was like, oh.
I like that one. Yeah.
The sound of his voice is very soothing.
Yeah.
We love, and I got to say, to me, his acting gets better and better. I haven't watched the pandemic one yet,
Yeah, I haven't watched it.
but the one before that, where he was the Uber kind of driver.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
like,
God.
damn, that was nonstop comedy. That was great.
Yeah.
I do think these movies, I mean, Nigel always seems like he has been a person who kind of just does his own thing or whatever. But I do think like the Bad Ben thing has been like kind of an amazing experience for him.
Yeah.
Like he's kind of like a homebody, and he'll say that himself. And like, you know, he's like, I just kind of fucking go to Walmart and hang out with my dogs. And it's like, yeah. But he has this like whole community now, people who just like fucking love him. And I think it really just like gives him so much joy. And I'm sure that comes through also in his like his acting and stuff too. Not that he's not like he's definitely a confident person, but yeah, I mean, he just like definitely has an audience, and that as people who have done things who like literally need an audience or else it doesn't happen, like that kind of like energy that you get back from people is like so important, you know?
Yeah.
He made the first one, it was like he made it in a vacuum and just like sent it out to the fucking universe.
Yeah.
And then people were like, oh, I actually really love this thing. And I don't think he was expecting for it to blow up at all. I think he was like, oh, I can make a very cheap horror film in this house. I'll write it around the thing that I have.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of blew up. It's amazing.
Yeah, and I think too with the first one. I mean, I feel like he's said this a lot, but like when he asked us to be in it, he sent us maybe the first 20 minutes of the movie or so, and he was trying to get someone else to do the role. Like he had written kind of a script for somebody else, and
because he's like written stuff before. He's a guy who just like writes shit. He's written like local commercials, and he's just like he's like a schemer and a dreamer.
Yeah.
I could just be a commercial he wrote. God damn it! Look at the savings.
They were like really fun. They were like very purposely funny local commercials that he wrote.
But he had he had kind of had someone on the hook to do this movie with him, you know, an actor, and I think he was driving home from grocery shopping, and he got a call that the person didn't want to do it or couldn't do it, and he was so frustrated that he just started filming himself driving home. About like, oh well, here's I just bought this house from the sheriff's sale, and that's
that's a drinking word right there.
Beginning of Bad Ben, and like I don't know, I just love that kind of attitude. Like that to me, like that kind of attitude goes back to like like George Romero, like all these people who are just like, fuck it, I'm
gonna do it myself in the place that I'm in.
Exactly, yeah.
Just like that. It's so much more interesting.
Yeah, it's like a very punk rock kind of way of doing things. I really like.
And he knows how to like tap people, like Matt. He met him in a screen class, or a screenwriting meetup group, and he must have gotten kind of like good. They like became Facebook friends, but he must have gotten kind of good vibes from him and was like, I want to do this thing with me, and things just like happen if you're like open to them and you just like surround yourself with good people and shit.
Yeah.
Look, he does 2 movies a year, and it's not enough for us. I mean, honestly,
it never fucking stops because it's so. I love it. I love that he's just like a one-man machine, and he just like he has a vision and he just cranks it out.
I just admire the hell out of it. Yeah. I love it.
We love it.
Do you think you'll ever be back?
Will
we bring the paranormal team back?
I think he had kind of an idea for us for the quarantine one, but it just kind of didn't.
Yeah.
Well, you were supposed to record something for the quarantine thing.
I was supposed to record something as Jacquie.
Oh, no way. Just show me your goddamn feet.
Yeah. No, he was like, hey, when are you available? I'm like, just whenever you want me to be, honestly.
Yeah, I think
and he was going to send me a thing he was going to send me a script of something he wanted me to like record at home, just like, oh, I looked at this thing. I don't even remember. but he never sent it to me, and I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, we were saying as soon as that movie ended, we wanted to see you guys back in a sequel because That's my favorite one. The Batter Ben.
Write your congressman. Write him a letter.
Look, no one is a bigger fan of his than we are. I
Mr.
guarantee you there is no podcast that has pushed his stuff more than us. I guarantee it.
Everything
So-
he does.
That's like how we like discover. I mean, like that Matt is like, listen to you consistently. I'm like, oh, it's the final guys. Like I'm just like, oh yeah, our friends, the final guys. Like because like you guys actually really like, I don't know, responded to it. That's nice.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
Yeah.
nice. You know, we've been recognized for like, you know, in Philly and stuff in our little like bubble. Like people be like, oh, it's Matt and Jackie, you know, because we're like, you know, he's the tall guy, I'm the little one. And, like we wear matching hats sometimes, you know. It's like,
Aw.
but it's very cute. But yes, but it's I don't know. This is like not exactly like our project, but we're in it. But it's nice to be a part of it. I don't know, and I'm like,
Yeah.
it's just makes me happy. Also makes me like so happy for him that people love this thing. Like I was talking. Oh, thank you so much. It's so nice. Thank you. I appreciate that. But I was talking with a friend of mine, Aubrey, and her boyfriend at the time. I was like, oh yeah, and I'm like filming this thing, you know, blah blah blah. And he was like, oh, you know, like what is it? I'm like, oh, Batter Ben. He's like, did you say Bad Ben? And I was like, oh fuck, you've seen Bad Ben. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
He's like, I love Bad Ben. Like he was like, you don't understand. Like I told so many people about that movie, and I was like, oh my god, yes, I am. I mean, yes, you know that thing too. Yes. And that's the best part of the internet at the end.
It's so great. Yeah, that the Bad Ben thing is just it's just like such a perfect movie. It's like it's so creative and creepy, but also it's like that character is just so funny, and like especially being like a Jersey person, and
Oh
like
my
like,
God.
you still relate to like his attitude and
There's
everything.
no,
It's like,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
What should I say? There's no. It is what it is. It's
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
The low budget charm is high in that movie. In all those movies.
Yeah.
Our critique of the Crescent Moon was that he doesn't show up till the end.
Right. Yeah.
So like
he's
we
this
need
ingredient.
more Tom Riley.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a 90-minute movie of him turning on those cameras.
I could do it. Just give a flippant comment every time.
What was the one we watched him drive around and pick people up off the road?
the
That was the
haunted highway or something, right?
Yeah.
That was the next
We
one.
literally just watched him drive a car, and it was entertaining.
I would do it. I mean, honestly, like, for Bad Ben TV, didn't he want to do a thing where there was like a camera in his house that was like a 24-hour? Wasn't that like a thing out there? And I was like, you know, people would watch.
The
that.
thing I've pitched him a bunch of time is having like a Twitch channel where he just
Yeah.
plays like horror video games and responds like
He
just,
just,
Oh
like,
God,
oh.
he would make a
what
fortune.
the fuck is this? Oh, get out of
like
here!
him playing like Resident Evil and responding the way Tom Riley would respond to everything.
That would
That's
be amazing.
genius.
Oh, right? Oh
Yeah.
my god! I wish like we were that likable just as ourselves. I thought we could play other people to get attention.
Well, that's the thing. You can criticize this movie all you want, but the fact that he has made, they're homemade, and that he has a following, and I don't even know how many movies he's got there.
Oh,
This
God.
is a creative endeavor. That I mean, he's put out some real content and has a following. There's a lot of people out there who are talking a big game and are doing nothing. So
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he does it literally all himself. That's the thing. It's like a lot of people are like, yeah, I'm gonna write movies and stuff. I'm gonna move out to LA. It's like you don't actually need to. Like, you know, if you want to make a movie, you can make a movie anywhere. We saw Who Killed Captain Alex. Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
You gotta
It's
watch. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Ugandan. It's the first Ugandan action film, and it was made for $200 American. And
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
yes,
It's
oh my god,
insane.
it's
Yeah,
fucking
it's so good.
awesome. And we did a comedy show recently for the Fringe Festival, and it was called Friendship Movie Club, and we made all these like homemade movies that were like starring ourselves, but like they were like genre films, and we made an action movie, and we all collectively watched like that online together. We're just like, this shit is amazing because it's just pure vision. Like all the special effects are terrible, but they're like, you can tell like this person put like everything into this fucking
It's just
movie.
a total
In a
labor of
village
love.
in Uganda,
Yeah.
he built a computer just so he could edit this movie, and the original cut is like gone because the computer crashed. The only that exists is like this like video jockey, this like VJ doing commentary over it the whole time. Like, this is how we make movies in Uganda. Like, it's fucking incredible.
So
and I'm just
good.
like, that is so special. Like,
It's
I'm
so
so
good.
happy that
Yeah.
I get to see this thing on Amazon.
There's
It's like
there's
80 minutes and it's fucking insane.
there's like scenes where it's just like people like running through the woods with guns and there's like a voice over just like
Commando!
Commando.
Oh wait, I know this movie. Now, once you said that, I
Yeah.
seen.
I
I've
did not
seen
recognize
scenes
the title.
from it. I just bookmarked it on
It's,
Fuck
Amazon.
yeah.
it's really fun.
Enjoy. Let us know
Yeah.
what you think of it because it's amazing. But we love stuff like that. That's just like somebody had a fucking vision and they did it using what they had. They didn't rely on like a whole system to do it. And it's
Yeah.
But they
That's
have to have it. They have to have charm.
yes.
Like Nigel has a crusty charm that is just irresistible.
He's
Yeah,
very
no,
charismatic.
That's a really good way to put it.
Crusty
charm. I
charm.
love it.
Yeah. Just unfiltered, grumpy uncle energy that just comes through. It's
What
great.
is he using to film the crusty charm with? I've always been curious.
He has
What's it?
two.
You would know.
He has two Sony just
Are they cam?
camcorders. I don't know. I'm not sure the model number of them, but they're just like just kind of standard
Okay.
camcorders.
I wasn't sure if he was using an iPhone or something.
I think he filmed
Some
some
of it.
stuff on an iPad, like the
Mhm.
kind of more like point of view selfie kind of stuff that he was doing. I think was actually on an iPad.
And did he do some of the camera footage on an iPad? Or was he
So, okay.
watching that?
Also,
on
I
an
forgot about
iPad?
that. He also had GoPros on a stand,
That's it.
and he would kind of like elevate them up in the room to kind of simulate
And
like
those
a
were the
security
cameras.
footage. So like
Right.
the security cameras were GoPros, and then the kind of the more like professional looking footage, handheld stuff is on like a Sony camera.
Okay.
And then there is some stuff like in Bad Ben, especially. There's a lot of him like talking right to camera,
Mhm.
and I think a lot of that is actually on a iPad, I believe.
All right, that
Nice.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, Matt, were you filming when you're behind the scenes? Were you actually filming that stuff?
Yeah, I saw all that stuff. Yeah.
Oh wow!
I was, like, actually the cameraman. and
Yeah.
that character. Yeah.
Look at that, playing yourself entirely.
Yep.
I know.
That's method acting right there.
I remember seeing the iPad. I think it's when he shows up and you guys are like talking to him at the car. Somebody's recording with an iPad or something.
Oh, yeah, that was one of the first days we shot, right?
Yeah.
That's when we're getting out of the car. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that always kills me because the Supernatural show recorded on an iPad. I love that stuff.
It's cable access paranormal show.
Exactly.
Yeah, low budge.
You know what that's like, Hunter. You know.
Hey, they're shooting actual movies on iPhones now, so
Yeah,
They are.
yeah, for real. I
They
know.
are.
We ponied up when we got an iPhone 11 because we had like iPhone 6 for like 10,000 years. And every time I like give my phone to somebody else, they're like, Jesus. And I'm like, what? They're just like, no, your camera's just really good. I'm like, oh, I was so used to having a shitty camera for so
Yeah, we
long.
actually filmed like our like a found footage short
Oh,
for
that
for like
festival show.
for like a little found footage horror short.
Oh my God, can we
show.
send that to them?
Yeah, we could totally.
Oh my god!
You have guns? Oh my God.
Yeah, we did basically.
That's
like,
that action film that we based off of that Ugandan movie. I mean, like loosely inspired by it. Yeah.
for
Right.
the Philadelphia Fringe Festival. It was basically like an anthology, not so much a horror thing, but just like almost like an anthology movie that we did sort of live. And
We were
so
like
had-
basically high schoolish kids. It was kind of ambiguous, but we all were bringing like a VHS tape to a sleepover party, but it was like on Zoom. And then every tape that we put in was this like movie that we had shot. And they were all shot in our house actually, so that is actually very bad.
Yeah, so we were kind of like, it was almost like we were hosting like an anthology movie live. So we would just cut to these shorts that we had made and stuff. But it was all like horror and genre kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
horror, action, sci-fi, porn.
Oh my god! I need this in my life.
There's a really disgusting scene with my butt.
Yeah.
Very disgusting.
Yeah.
did you get any internet stalkers after that?
Whatever we put online.
Well, Jackie's foot was that's what brings all the boys to the yard. Is Jackie's
My feet are also, like gross for the record.
Your
Like,
feet are your milkshake?
yeah, my feet are my
Wow.
Oh my God, it's fucking good. Definitely not my best attribute by far.
Well, that feels like a pretty good place to start wrapping things up. We've learned don't show your foot on film.
Yeah.
Don't read the reviews on Amazon.
Yeah,
What-
no, never.
Well,
ever.
Jason and I could have told you that one.
Don't fuck- Wait, have you made a movie?
They've up.
No,
No, they're
but we're
authors.
writers.
So
So
books, yeah.
I do want to read your books now.
Read his first. They're better.
Deeper.
wow.
Yeah, never read the reviews. You read like the first 5 reviews and then you stop because it just wreck your week.
You know what? After this show, we'll get information. I'll send you some books.
Sweet.
I'll keep
Yeah,
you busy.
please do. That would be fucking
You
awesome.
passed up the Tim Meyer book on the shelf you saw.
Yeah.
Why would you buy their book?
Well,
you guys want us to try to get you over at that cool bookstore?
Oh my God.
It's a great.
yeah, that would be great.
Little,
It's-
like log cabin.
It's
great.
so cool.
So
It's
cool.
you guys will love it. They also have a lot of like sci-fi, weird, pulpy horror stuff in there. It's fucking cool.
I want
It's
to get them to
called-
have them out, have me come out there for a signing and just pretend I have a hacking cough the entire time.
Pages, yeah.
What's the name of the bookstore? Give him a
It
shout out.
is Second Time Books. Second Time Books, and it seems like is it like a father-son kind of operation?
I think so.
That's what it strikes me as.
It's also like mostly a used bookstore, but then
Yeah.
they have some local stuff.
Yeah, and they also
So,
have like board games and stuff too.
It's like a
and-
really cool spot. I
Yeah,
love
it's
it.
fucking cool. I mean, we moved to this part of New Jersey not expecting anything. This is like a strange family arrangement that we're in right now. But then we drove out to Rancocas Woods and we're like, this shit is cool.
Yeah.
Let's make the suburbs weird again. You know? Yeah.
Our lovely listeners say you should not pay for our books. Thank you, Sheridan, you son of a bitch.
Ouch, Sheridan.
No,
Is this
definitely.
like your high school bully? Your collective like high school bully?
This is a different bully, yeah.
Oh, a different one. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
By the way, don't pay for Sheridan's book either.
Yeah, Sheridan's a writer too. Ignore that.
Oh, nice.
Well, if he didn't write the Babysitters Club, I'm not reading it. I'm just kidding.
We could tell you what he did when he read them, but we won't. This is a family show.
You guys have any other questions for these two amazing guests?
Do you have any
Oh.
questions?
I think he was asking.
Well, I was asking the knobs, but if you have any questions too, go ahead.
I'm sure you have a million questions for me.
Listen, that beer had 7.8.
yeah, exactly.
That'll do it.
But yeah, if you guys are ever, I mean,
Oh my God, if
you
you're
guys
ever
are
in New
ever
Jersey,
in New
please
Jersey,
come the fuck by.
Are you kidding me? You're our friends now, so you're coming back.
Yes.
You guys got to watch a movie sometime, and we'll talk. Have you like on a regular
Feel
episode or
free to reach out
something.
to us if you guys ever going down to Mahoning. I mean, I know
Yes.
the season's not, it
It's
won't be
dead
until
now.
spring, but feel free to reach out. We'd
Oh
love
my
to
God.
meet
Yeah,
up with
we're
you guys.
buds.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Do it.
Been on
Sure.
social media,
Yeah.
but
And next time the Monster Mania thing happens at Cherry Hill, we literally
like
live like 5 minutes away from that.
Oh yeah.
We'll
fucking
be there.
house,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
I'm going convention crazy next year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gotta make up for this year.
Have you ever had like a booth there, or do you just kind of go to check out the stuff?
There I go for fun because readers don't go to that for whatever reason. There's specific ones where readers go, and other ones you just as writers we know it's like stay away
Right.
because all you get is this book a movie? No, this book is not a movie. But why don't you spend $50 for a guy who played third Jawa? So go right ahead.
Yeah, there was one time I went and they had a Ghostbusters reunion, and it was one of my favorite things. It was Ernie Hudson, the guy from the EPA. I forget what that actor's name is.
The jerk guy
Yeah.
Richard.
from Die Hard.
Yeah. This was the Ghostbusters reunion. It was Ernie Hudson, the guy from the EPA, and then the guy who was inside the Stay Puft Marshmallow suit when it was on fire.
Not just that, not on fire. It had to have the one on fire. Oh my god!
But the guy who, that guy was amazing. Such
he
a
like
great.
severe burns.
I
It's like, please.
He's all burnt.
He was still dripping. But, yeah, super sweet, down there with people. Yeah. But
That's awesome.
I love it.
Wow.
That's the beauty of this genre, though.
Yeah.
You can do the strangest thing and get so much attention and love. It's crazy.
Yeah. But seriously, you guys ever in like the Philadelphia
Honestly,
area? Just
please.
let us
Yeah,
know.
you're our buds now for
Yeah,
life. So.
for sure.
You
I was
got
up
it.
there maybe 2 years ago. I live down outside of Baltimore. I have a friend who lives up
Oh,
there,
shit.
and I went to the Barcade with him. If you guys have ever
Yeah,
been there.
yeah.
Yeah, we love the place.
I drank there all day. It was a rough night,
Yeah.
but I love that place.
Jack and I
Yeah.
used to spend a lot of time at Hooters there back in the day.
Wait, in Bristol? I've been to that one. No.
We were in the one before you get to the Benjamin Franklin Bridge. There was like this one. I forget what the route it was.
In Jersey?
Yeah, whenever we went on business trips, that was our first stop.
We always stop there for lunch on the way down there.
This guy
It's
knows.
actually not
This
there
guy
anymore.
knows.
And then we used that Mahogany Cigar Bar was good.
The
in downtown
Mahogany
Philly.
Cigar Bar, and then
Wow.
When I was younger, my first like shitty used car, the first like when I got it, me and my friends drove up to that Hooters, the one you're talking about, right out, and I named my car after whatever the waitress was. Ellie or something.
I was gonna say it was Amber.
My like
Yeah.
'89 Honda Accord with like the flip
Nice.
lights was named after.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So,
I
like,
come here for the wings.
delightful.
yes, the wings. Yes.
Yeah, their wings were terrible. I hated their wings. Okay,
But
so I
finally,
went there for the beer.
Cal, thank you. They're not great. I've had them.
Putters.
Good one, Colin.
Very good. Hooters, how about footers? Very nice.
All right, that's the ending right there.
Yep, we're
We
not going to
can't go
talk
any
that.
further.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Let us know when you finally talk him into doing your sequel to Batter Ben.
Yeah.
And
Everybody, please don't find me on social media.
Yes, forget this ever happened.
Oh, and can we just plug that?
Oh, that movie.
Please plug everything.
anything you got?
It's called Chuck Lawson and the Night of the Invaders.
Yes.
And we're also in a sketch comedy stuff. We have some videos on YouTube called The Incredible Shrinking Matt and Jackie.
That's us.
We haven't made a new video in a while, but we have a bunch of stuff.
We're
on
still
YouTube,
alive.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
And that video group we were doing stuff with is called Incredible Dreams. It's like a little
Yeah.
two duos.
Hmm.
But we'll try to send you House of Guns. Yeah.
Yeah, we can
Should
send
we
them.
send them
Yeah.
everything?
Yeah, we can send them everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why the fuck not?
If you got
Cannot
that,
wait.
if you got that bonus footage of Bad Ben,
I don't think we.
I think
definitely
we
don't
watched
have
it at his
but-
house.
Yeah.
So he was like,
just break in. You know how to do it.
Yeah.
window. You're right. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, if we can somehow get that, we'll
Yeah,
send it
yeah,
around.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll talk to Tom. Maybe he can send us some one of the. I'm pretty sure he made like when Better Ben came out. I think he made like kind of like a box set
I
kind
think he
of
did.
deal, like with the first 3 movies and that bonus disc, which was like
Bonus. Does he say that?
Yes.
yeah,
Okay.
and the first one, yeah.
I don't know if that was just from like talking to him or if that's from okay.
No.
But yeah, we can try to get that out to you too.
He has an 8 DVD set out now. I don't know if that would have the bonus features or not.
Gotcha.
We can send him.
And he's also
Yeah.
doing we see more Bad Ben stuff.
Yeah.
He's trying to raise money for the Christmas one too. So yeah.
Yeah, we got to check that out. We got to throw some
Yes.
bucks his way.
Throw some money Nigel's way. The man is making gold.
probably will too. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
He's the
Like,
fucking
and,
shit.
And that it's just so cool that he's doing what he's doing. So
Yeah.
If
It's
you
like
can-
such
if you
an
can help
honor
him
to
out,
be a
help
part
him
of
out.
his whole
yeah, his whole
universe.
world. Yeah.
We will bring Final Guys to him. So one day he's going to look out his window. We're going to be right there.
Yeah.
He'll be
You know how
recording on his
happy-
lawn.
You know how happy we'll be if he creates a Christmas special or movie. I mean, there's like 5 Christmas horror movies that every podcast retreads every year. If we could do a Nigel Bach Christmas movie,
Yeah.
Especially this fucking year would be just,
I
oh
know.
yes,
Yeah.
it's what we all need and
Yeah.
deserve.
yes.
Well, everybody check out Chuck Lawson and Night of the Invaders on Amazon Prime, right?
Mhm.
Yep. It's on my
And
watch list.
The Incredible Shrinking Matt and Jackie, you said on YouTube.
Yeah.
Outstanding. Well, thanks so much for coming on, guys. It's been a blast.
Thank you so much. This
Thank you
has been
so
so
much.
fun.
This was a lot of
You
fun.
guys rock. This is funny.
This is awesome.
Nickel Brewing Company.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Pensacola, New Jersey. Hell yeah.
The Dirty Jers.
Yeah,
A warm, unopened can of Bronx Brewery.
That sounds good. That's
I
know
miss
they're Jersey
his
boy on that.
hair, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, I
Well,
know.
Yeah,
Just-
our Jersey guy wasn't here for it.
Yeah. Well,
Sure.
it was better for it anyway. What's he going to say that's going to make any sense or be funny or intelligent? All right, just hang on the line, guys. We'll talk to you in a second.
Yeah, of course.
cool.
See ya.
Bye.